Let's face it, RFPs aren't exactly light reading. They can be long, dense, and full of jargon, but the risk of missing just one detail, a single compliance clause hidden in the fine print, can make or break your bid. That's why learning how to shred an RFP isn't just helpful, it's essential. No, not the paper shredder kind. This is about breaking the document down with precision and strategy so you can respond clearly, confidently, and competitively. Before diving into any response, the first move is always the same: read the RFP in full. It might be tempting to skim, especially under time pressure, but a complete read-through gives you the context you need. Only then can you start to understand the structure, the scope, and where the most important requirements are hiding. Once you've done that, it becomes much easier to break the RFP into manageable sections. Whether you do that manually or with help from parsing software depends on the size and complexity of the document. For simpler bids, your brain is enough. For more complex ones, smart tools or even AI can help speed things up. Just be sure to verify everything. Automation is no substitute for accuracy. Now that you've made sense of the structure, the real work begins. And that is pulling out the requirements. Look for the telltale signs, the shalls, musts, wills, and shoulds. These verbs are often tied to formal requirements, and every single one should be tracked. This is where a compliance matrix comes in. Think of it as a map, a way to record each requirement and plan exactly where and how your proposal will respond to it. It also becomes a checklist during reviews, making sure nothing slips through the cracks. Because here's the truth: missing a single requirement can disqualify your entire proposal. So this part, it's not negotiable. Once the requirements are captured, it's time to look closer. Some asks will be straightforward. Others might need real interpretation. Maybe the RFP requests evidence of past success. That's not just a checkbox, it's a chance to tell a story. This is where you connect your experience to what the customer really wants to see. And the language matters. Every word in an RFP is there for a reason. The phrasing, tone, and repetition can all give clues about what the evaluator is prioritizing, whether it's innovation, risk reduction, cost efficiency, or something else entirely. As you go, keep an eye out for anything unusual. Maybe two requirements contradict each other. Maybe something's vague or poorly defined. Or maybe there's a condition that bumps you out of compliance entirely. These observations matter. They're not just technicalities, they're flags. They might lead to clarification questions for the buyer, or they might help you decide whether to bid at all. Make a habit of writing them down. These insights are just as valuable as the requirements themselves. Now, with the groundwork in place, the proposal process can really begin. One way to stay efficient is by dividing up the RFP, assigning sections to team members who know the subject inside and out. This improves both speed and quality. And if you have a library of standard responses, even better. You can reuse proven content as long as you customize it to match the tone and ask of this specific RFP. Remember, templates save time and tailoring wins bids. Throughout it all, regular check-ins help keep things aligned and consistent, especially when multiple authors are involved. But even with a well-oiled process, a few common pitfalls can trip teams up. The first is jumping into writing too quickly. It's easy to start drafting before fully understanding the ask, and that often leads to missed requirements or mismatched messaging. The other is over-engineering. Sometimes teams feel the need to over-explain or over-design. But what evaluators want most is clarity. A precise, relevant response beats a long-winded one every time. Everything covered in this video has come from a free article available now on the APMP website. If you want to go deeper into collaboration strategies, response libraries, and internal workflows, you'll find even more insight there. We've linked directly to it in the video description. Because when it comes to proposals, precision matters, and every requirement is a chance to show why your organization is the best fit. So break it down, build it up, and make it count.